This is a real CELPIP speaking question and sample answer designed for a target score of 7 to 8. Listen to it repeatedly until the words come out naturally. Task 7. Question number 2.
Do you think that young adults should pay rent to their parents if they do not move out by the age of 21? Explain your reasons. This response supports the idea that young adults should pay rent to their parents.
Personally, I think that young adults should pay rent to their parents if they don't move out by the age of 21. This is because it helps them develop responsibility, and also because it supports the parents financially. First of all, paying rent is a great way to learn how to manage money. For example, if a young adult starts working and earning an income, giving a small portion of that to their parents helps them understand the real-world cost of living. It's like a stepping stone before living on their own. Secondly, parents usually have a lot of expenses, especially if they're still supporting their children in other ways. For instance, the extra rent money could help with groceries, electricity, or even the mortgage. It's only fair that everyone in the house contributes in some way. So overall, I believe that asking young adults to pay rent after a certain age is reasonable and even beneficial. It just makes more sense to me because it prepares them for independent life and helps the family at the same time. Question number 2.
Do you agree or disagree with the statement? High school students should be required to learn about personal finance before graduation. Explain your reasons. The speaker supports the idea that personal finance should be a required subject in high school.
Personally, I think that high school students should be required to learn about personal finance before graduation. This is because it teaches essential life skills and also because it helps students become more independent. First of all, financial education prepares students for the real world. For example, if they learn how to budget, save money, and understand credit, they're less likely to get into debt later on. These skills are just as important as math or science. Secondly, it helps young people make smarter decisions about their future. For instance, when they start earning money from part-time jobs, they'll know how to manage it instead of spending it all. This kind of independence builds confidence. So, overall, I believe that learning about personal finance should be a required subject in high school. It just makes more sense to me. Question number 3.
Do you think governments should pay their citizens a basic income if they are unemployed or underemployed? Explain your reasons. This response supports the idea that governments should pay their citizens a basic income if they are unemployed or underemployed.
Personally, I think that governments should pay their citizens a basic income if they are unemployed or underemployed. This is because it provides financial security and also because it helps people focus on finding better opportunities. First of all, a basic income can help people cover essential needs like food and housing. For example, someone who just lost their job still needs to pay rent and buy groceries. Having that basic support helps reduce stress and keeps them stable during a tough time. Secondly, it allows people to focus on job searching or upgrading their skills. For instance, someone working part-time might use that extra support to take a training course or go back to school. In the long run, this can help them find better jobs and contribute more to the economy. So overall, I believe that basic income is a smart and fair idea for those who are struggling. It just makes more sense to me. Question number 4.
Should university students be allowed to take a full-time job while studying? Do you think it is beneficial or harmful? Explain your reasons. This response supports the idea that university students should be allowed to take a full-time job while studying.
Personally, I think that university students should be allowed to take a full-time job while studying. This is because it gives them real-world experience and also because it helps them manage their own finances. First of all, having a full-time job teaches important skills like time management and responsibility. For example, students who work while studying learn how to balance their schedules and prioritize tasks, which is useful even after graduation. Secondly, many students struggle with tuition and living costs, so having a job can reduce financial stress. For instance, instead of taking out big loans, they can use their income to pay for school or rent. This makes them more independent and financially aware. So, overall, I believe that allowing university students to work full time is both helpful and practical. It just makes more sense to me. Question number 5.
Is it better for young adults to live independently or stay close to their parents until they get married? Explain your reasons. This response supports the idea that young adults should live independently rather than stay close to their parents until they get married.
Personally, I think it's better for young adults to live independently rather than stay close to their parents until they get married. This is because it helps them grow as individuals and also because it prepares them for adult life. First of all, living on their own teaches young adults how to manage daily responsibilities. For example, they learn to cook, clean, pay bills, and organize their time without relying on anyone else. These are important life skills they can't fully develop if they stay at home. Secondly, living independently builds confidence and decision making skills. For instance, they face real life challenges and have to solve problems on their own, which makes them more mature and self sufficient. This kind of growth can really help in their future career and relationships. So, overall, I believe that young adults should move out and experience independence as soon as they can. It just makes more sense to me.